Honestly, the Dragon's Dogma 2 launch is absolutely unacceptable. Dragon's Dogma 2 originally had a positive reception from reviewers. People were really happy with how it was coming out. People were saying that this game was possibly Game of the Year. However, the reviewers and the public were backstabbed by Capcom, releasing a crap load of microtransactions. On launch day, the game was locked in on a wonderful, mostly negative rating, but as of this writing, it's actually jumped up to being a mixed rating, so good on them. But I have a lot to complain about, and I bet you do too. The game runs like crap. I literally might not be able to continue playing this game because, to be honest with you, the frame timing is making me motion sick. But we will discuss performance after we talk about the microtransactions and all the little DLCs you can add to the game. So what are the microtransactions? I'm going to go over these microtransactions momentarily, but let's discuss why this even matters. Dragon's Dogma 2 is a single-player RPG with online elements like the pawn system. However, Capcom is using pay for convenience and hoping the unaware consumer coughs up 2 to 3 bones for the stupid time savers. But some may say this is all minor stuff, but in my opinion, it shows they most likely bogged down certain mechanics to make you want to pay up. And I can't stand pay for convenience things in single player games. Even sometimes in MMOs, I just don't think it belongs there. But in this situation, these microtransactions are egregious. Doesn't matter how minor they are, the fact that they are there is gross in my opinion. And they lied. They hid it. Nobody knew that these microtransactions existed until launch day. And now I'm not going to read every single microtransaction, but I have the whole list in front of me, and I'm just going to bounce down the list and just read them to you guys and read how ridiculous they are. So Dragon's Dogma 2 Explorer's Camping Kit, $2.99. Now, the Explorer's Camping Kit is a better version of your regular camping kit. It's lighter, it's less likely to break, and it's really good to have, and it's a really well sought after item. And they're charging $3 for the convenience to have a better camping. In my testing, regular camping kits are very numerous in ability to find them, whereas the Exploring Camping Kit, I only got because I bought the deluxe edition. So I'm not far enough in the game to tell you how often you'll get Explorer's Camping Kits, but in my opinion, you shouldn't be able to buy them. Dragon's Dogma Music and Sound Collection, $2.99. Okay, not a big deal. The next item is the Harpy Snare Smoke Beacon Harpy Lure item, 99 cents. I'm pretty sure this is used to get to unreachable spaces in the game. I have not used the Harpy Snare Smoke Beacon, but from what I've seen, that's what it is. Again, it helps you get to things that you wouldn't be able to get to originally, so therefore it's a pay-to-win item. Ambivalent Rift Incense, Makeshift Jail Key, to which helps you escape from jail. It's 99 cents. Art of Metamorphosis Character Editor, $1.99. This bothers me a lot. You should not have to pay real money to change the way your character looks in-game if you're not happy with the way your character looks. It shouldn't be purchasable at all. I'm only about 5 hours in the game. Again, I had to stop. So basically, there's just a bunch of little microtransactions. A lot of them are like sucker items, like items that you don't need to buy, but if you don't know you don't need to buy, you'll buy them. So they're, in my opinion, what I call sucker items, where they sucker you into buying something you didn't need to pay for. So let's continue on. In total, all these microtransactions, if you were to buy one of each item, it'd be $41.79 of microtransactions that nobody knew existed. In my opinion, that part, okay, whatever. That's gross. So why am I saying that this game is unacceptable? This game runs really poorly on all platforms. The Series S really got the shaft. The game looks muddy, it looks stuttery, a lot of things look low res at a unlocked 30 FPS, just like everything else. And then you get the PC release that is extremely broken. We're gonna get into that. The PS5 and Series X have an unlocked 30 FPS that regularly drops below 30 FPS, mind you, but can also hover around that 40 to 45 FPS range out in the open fields where there's not a whole lot going on. But I played it on PC and it's not good. It's really not good. My rig shouldn't be having any trouble. I have a Ryzen 7 5700X. I know that's last gen, but it's still a really good CPU. 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM running at 3200 megahertz, an RTX 4070, not the Ti, not the Super, but it's the regular 4070 with 12 gigs of VRAM and a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. I played at 1440p max settings and ray tracing off. I normally keep ray tracing off in all games. And in the wilderness with nothing going on, I was over 60 FPS. It felt great, looked great, everything was great. However, in town, I was dipping well below 30 FPS with massive amounts of stuttering and textures failing to load in. And when in combat, the frame rate sometimes hits single digits and skips frames. And that's where my problem lies. I cannot play games with really bad frame pacing and dips below 30 FPS due to getting motion sick. Same reason I can't play any type of VR stuff. I get motion sick pretty easily. But honestly, some people are having it even worse than I am. They're having severe crashing where they can't even play the game. Like Critical, for example, he kept crashing at the character creator. He had such a hard time getting past the character creator, and then even when he got past the character creator, it still kept crashing. Go check out his VOD on his VOD channel. It was a mess. Thankfully, I didn't have all the crashing problems, but I had really bad performance problems. I've also seen other people having regular crashing in very mundane situations in the open world where they're not doing a whole lot, and it just crashes. My game at one point froze where I thought it was going to crash, but it didn't crash. Now let's get into the apology that Capcom has released. To all Dragon's Dogma 2 players, we would like to update you on the status of the following items, about which we have received numerous comments from the community. To all those looking forward to this game, we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience. Crashes and bug fixes. We are investigating fixing critical problems such as crashes and freezing. We will be addressing crashes and bug fixes starting from those with the highest priority and patches in the near future. The option of starting a new game. We are looking to adding a feature to the Steam version of the game that will allow players that are already playing to restart the game. We will announce more details as soon as we can. Now, first of all, this proves that they knew about these problems and they still released the game. Paid DLC. All the items listed below can be obtained in-game or as paid DLC items. Art of Metamorphosis Character Editor, Ambivalent Rift Incent, Port Crystal, Warp Location Marker, Wakestone, Restore the Dead to Life, and 500 Rift Crystals, 1500 Rift Crystals, 2500 Rift Crystals, points to spend beyond the rift, makeshift jail key, harpy snare, smoke beacon. They're not getting the point. It's not the fact that you can't get it in the game. It's the fact that you can just pay to get it instead of having to play the game. Oh no, God forbid you have to play the game. That's the problem, is people are upset that this is even a thing. It should just be in the game and that's it. I mean, you are giving us a time saver, an easy way out of problems you guys caused. Regarding frame rate, a large amount of CPU usage is allocated to each character in calculating the impact of their physical presence in various areas. In certain situations where numerous characters appear simultaneously, the CPU usage can be very high and may affect the frame rate. We are aware that in such situations, settings that reduce GPU load may currently have a limited effect. However, we are looking into ways to improve performance in the future. The Dragon's Dogma 2 team. Y'all should have figured out the performance before you released it. We have been getting back-to-back really bad PC ports lately, and it's really saddening. It's a really bummer. I'm a PC main, and it really sucks seeing all these games come to my preferred platform in such a bad state. Now let's talk about that new game situation. This is just dumb. They said we were not going to be able to save scum, but did not say that one character is all you ever got. I just want to quickly make a comment about the new game situation. Why would there not be an ability to make a new game after starting a character? Why would you make it where it's only one character ever? That's ridiculous to me, and that's a huge oversight. Like they said, they already knew about these problems before launch. They have come out and said that the FPS issue is due to a CPU allocation bottleneck due to complex NPCs and towns being full of life. These towns are not full of life. Now, my argument here is that how and why. I have seen the NPC draw distance. It's like 3 feet on console and maybe 10 feet on PC. If they're not on screen, why is it eating up resources? And also, if you knew about this, why did you ship it? This game is such a huge bummer. I was so excited for this game. I couldn't wait for it to come out. I knew that the frame rate was a little shoddy at best, but I did not expect it to be this bad. When I'm in towns, I literally cannot play it. I am so sensitive to really bad frame pacing. This game makes me motion sick, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be making a review on this game soon. I honestly think I'm just going to go back to working on my Skyrim video, continuing to make news in between that. This game has a great inner core. The mechanics are great, combat is great, the world is beautiful, but the game just has too many problems, and I don't know if I can bring myself to keep playing it. I'm not saying it's a bad game, because it's absolutely not a bad game. It's just a badly performing game that has a lot of egregious microtransactions and just some weird game decisions that I cannot understand. Anyway, guys, that's all I had to say for you guys. I hope you guys are at least enjoying the game. Let me know if I should keep playing the game, but I think I'm gonna go back to Skyrim and work on my retrospective on Skyrim. Anyway, guys, peace out. Have a good one.